All right. Okay. Good evening to all our wonderful friends of ASEAN and guests. So mainly I can see people from Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. So we warmly welcome all of you and are very delighted to share this amazing cell signaling technology. I'm Jasmine Gerger. I have been with ASEA for over 4 years now. ASEA has helped me tremendously. In fact, not just for myself, my family and friends too. So be sure to stay till the end of this Zoom as there will be testimonials from medical doctors and Q&A session. So if you are joining us for the very first time, I have with me our great leader and founder of DM team, Mr. Derek Chew. Mr. Derek has been instrumental for bringing ASEA to Asia 6 years ago. Already a very successful entrepreneur, but yet he stopped his traditional business and dived deep into ASEA. With his commitment and conviction to share ASEA, he achieved his first $1 million in his second year with ASEA and became the #1 income earner in Southeast Asia. He is also the only Asian that sits in the ASEA Advisory Council Board. So please, may I invite Mr. Derek to share a few words.
Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for taking your time on this Sunday evening for a very important and special talk, which we arranged in terms of getting you all known how ASEA is going to be a major breakthrough technology for health and wellness for every market around the world. So my journey as ASEA has been 6 years. It's been tremendous. I made a lot of friends, as well as a lot of very successful people that decided to embark on taking this product and healthcare professionals. So today, it's my honor to be able to be in part of this call together with all of you all, so that you can embark upon your own ASEA journey and join us into this amazing breakthrough of messaging and sharing of this technology to the world. So thank you very much for coming on board. Please invite as many people as possible. They'll be amazed by what the technology, the validated technology, which we're going to put through tonight for you all to hear. Thank you very much, Jasmine.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Derek. All right. So nevertheless, tonight you have someone so special and are confident that you will be amazed on how ASEA Redox can do and improve our health and wellness. Honored as we are, we have invited Ms. Christine Wong, who spent over 20 years as a biology educator. She is also a meridian therapy trainer. Christine 老师 will share what led her to explore natural health alternatives that affected her earlier years in life and how desperately she was to restore and repair her cells for a healthy body until she discovered ASEA. Her founded solution in ASEA has given her greater passion to share redox in simple biology, yet informative for us to understand how ASEA Redox can empower our cells to function and heal itself. Now, let us all welcome Christine 老师. Over to you, 老师.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jasmine Kaka. Okay, allow me to share my slide first. Okay, yeah, firstly, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I think your time is very precious to me. And I also thank Derek for sharing ASEA with me 4 years ago. I've taken ASEA for more than 4 years. And at that time, not many people know much about redox signaling molecules. Even as a bio teacher, I have not heard of biosignaling these redox signaling molecules. And I did my own research. So this particular event here, I am sharing from my personal experience and understanding, reading all the published scientific materials in order to better understand what redox signaling molecules can do. Yeah, so the intention of this sharing here is to allow us to appreciate how redox signaling molecules empower our cells in the body to restore its function and maintain our well-being. So My life has changed, my health has improved significantly because of these redox signaling molecules. Yeah. So nonetheless, do not regard this sharing as a medical advice or promise of results or persuasion to trust ASEA products. You still need to do your own due diligence as required. So I'm not making medical claims because ASEA, Singapore, Indonesia, and many countries, in fact, have strict governance regarding making unauthorized health or medical claims. Okay, by staying on, you have agreed to observe total compliance to the policy of ASEA and not to make health claims, nor to share these materials on social media. Okay, so before we start, I think today we're talking about cellular health, you know, and getting to know the cells. So before I start to talk about the science and dwelling deep into the details, I think it will be good for us to take an inner look into our body to see how the cells inside our body look like. Okay, so it's also to remind us, you know, how beautiful our body is inside and when we first obtain this physical body. Yeah, so along the way, we neglected or it, you know, get affected and all that. So let us sit back for just a few minutes to take a look and watch this video. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the short video and we can see so many types of cells inside. Okay, so what is a cell? So you see here, this is a diagram, a picture of a cell, and it comes in many shapes and sizes. But basically inside, this is what you will see, all right? The nucleus, and most importantly, what we are going to talk about is this orange and peanut looking structures that we see over here. Yeah, so this one is called the mitochondria, and tonight we're going to focus on these little structures here. Okay, now why are we talking about the cells? Okay, our body can only be as healthy as our cells because the cells is the smallest unit of the body. Yeah. So last time we used to talk about the body, the organs, but now our focus is getting the cells to be healthy. Because once the cell is healthy, naturally the rest of the body will be healthy. Okay. Now inside this cell here, there is this peanut-looking thing, and this is called the mitochondria, and they actually is a powerhouse of the cell. It generates the energy that the cells need to perform its function. Okay, so just like we always say, you know, you have to eat in order to have energy. So the food that we get actually gets broken down and sent to this little structure here where it converts the food into energy. Now, in the process of oxidizing the food, it gives out certain byproducts. And these byproducts, we used to think that they are not useful. Now we change our mind and we realize that these byproducts are actually what we call or recognize as redox signaling molecules right now. Okay, so there is two groups of redox signaling molecules. One group, we call them antioxidants, which we have always known that this group of molecules are good because it helps to prevent and slow down the aging. Now, there is another group here which are called the oxidants or reactive oxygen species. Yeah, this group here, we thought that they are bad and damaging. But now we are slowly recognizing the importance of the oxidants. So both of them have their own unique functions and purpose within our cells, and we are going to find that out later on today. Okay, now this molecule that we, the organelle that we saw earlier, you see in this gray structure over here, taken through the microscope to show you that they are real. And these two in the red box here, I show these two black lines. The black lines here are actually these two black lines here, and there are a lot of proteins embedded in it. Now over here, this stretch here is where the energy production takes place. And this is also where redox signaling molecules are actually produced. Okay, you see where the asterisks are? These are the exact site where redox signaling molecules are actually being produced. Okay, the mitochondria is actually the main producer of redox signaling molecules in the cell. Okay, now the most important one that we're going to see today is actually the superoxide as well as the hydrogen peroxide. And you will hear me mentioning these two over and over again. Okay, now the signal molecules, they are important because they will be the ones that tell the proteins within the cell what to do, when to carry out what function. Okay, so it's like traffic lights that we have on the street. So they come in signals. So we understand the signal as red means stop, green means go, correct? And if all the drivers controlling the vehicles on the road obey the signals and follow the signals, the traffic will be in good, smooth condition because we all know when to stop, when to go, and it will be good. Now, should one day the traffic light fails, imagine you are a driver and you come to a crossroad, okay, a junction like this, and the traffic light fails. What will happen is all the drivers will not know what to do. Everybody wants the right of way and we all wants to go first. And you will end up in a deadlock traffic jam like this. Okay, so similarly, I can use another example of the signal molecules is like the conductor of a symphony, all right? So all the different musicians playing different musical instruments are like all the proteins within the cell. So if the conductor does not tell who to play whatever, then it will be musical instruments making a lot of noise. It won't be a nice piece of music. So the signal molecules are important because they will be telling which proteins to do the work and which to stop working, and organizing the entire symphony within the cell. So without these redox signaling molecules, imagine the kind of chaos that we would experience inside our cells, and that is seen as diseases and discomfort and all that. Okay, so now the signal molecules in our body decreases as we age. All right, because why? We know that as we age, our energy level will drop. So same, because the redox signaling molecules are produced when the energy are produced, meaning that if you feel that your energy is dropping, it also means that the redox signaling molecules inside our body is also dropping. Okay, so when we are younger, we have actually 5G, very strong, fast signal. And then as we age and progress, you know, we signal will drop to 4G, 3G, 2G, 1G, and eventually no more G. All right, yeah. Now, how do we know that our signaling is actually slowing down? Yeah, so one is by noticing the level of energy that you have every single day. Now, the second one is when you start to have to take medication, and when a lot of health issues start to surface, that is another hint. Okay, for example, myself, about 4 years ago, I was struggling with eye problem. Okay, and my problem is that my eyes were not able to focus, even with my glasses on. Okay, and I even go to see optometrists and all that to check my eyes, why I cannot focus. And it's not just for 1 or 2 days, it lasted for many months, and it's frustrating, okay, because I tried many different solutions. I tried my Meridian, I tried all the supplements that I've ever taken before. I've tried massaging and all that. So what used to work for me before doesn't work anymore. So I went on to look for many solutions until I came across a seer. And I drank about two cups, the 60 ml times 2. And within 2 hours, you know, it's like those old camera, the single lens reflex where you manually turn the focus. If you can still remember that kind of camera that we use, you know, within that 2 hours, it's as if somebody just moved the lens and my whole world become sharp focus again. It was just that amazing. And I'm amazed that it worked so fast for me, not for everybody, but for me, it was like within 2 hours. And then I started drinking a seer ever since then, every single day without taking a break, without stopping. Yeah, and it's consistent. My eyesight has been good over these 4 years. Okay. Now, of course, on top of that, the other aspect of health is also improving as well. So, yeah. So that's how we know that our body are lacking in redox signaling molecules, because there will be signs, you know, telltale signs. Okay. So the next part is I will bring you through some scientific articles that I came across, so that you will also have a better understanding of why the mitochondria is so important. So you can see here that mitochondria aging is actually causing us to age physically. Okay, so when the mitochondria function starts to drop, decline, we age faster and faster. Okay, cellular senescence means the cells are aging. It will lead to chronic inflammation, and then our stem cell activity, which actually regenerate our body, will also start to decline. So this is another article, okay, that also reinforced the same thing, that there is increasing evidence that the mitochondria is the central regulator. That means the main controller of the whole entire aging process. Okay, so it regulates our immune system. Okay, all those age-dependent aging and all that is all due to the aging of the mitochondria. So that's why it's necessary for us to actually keep them functioning. Okay, so if we are not in a 5G mode, how can we actually increase our weak signals? Okay, now when you have weak signals, it is like having weak Wi-Fi signals in the body. Now, I do not know whether you have ever experienced, let's say, one part of the house that has a weak signal. Okay, I know my house, there is one spot where the signal is weak. So if I'm talking on the phone, if I happen to walk to that zone, then the signals get cut off. Now, to solve the problem, we normally use a Wi-Fi extender or a booster so that the whole house, the whole area will be covered with Wi-Fi. Now, this is what happens to our body as well. Okay, so when a particular organ ages faster than other parts of the body, that particular region that is giving you the health issue, for me, it was my eyes, it could be the liver, it could be the heart, okay, it could be the intestines, it could be anywhere where you currently feel discomfort or need attention. Okay, so when we drink the ASEA, what happens is that the blood will carry the redox signaling molecules to that particular region where the signal is weak, and slowly increase the redox signaling molecules in that area. And slowly, the Wi-Fi will improve and the whole body will be in good communication again. Okay, now, we are very, very fortunate that ASEA is the first and only company right now that is able to produce redox signaling molecules outside of the living cells. Now, producing it may not be very, very difficult, but stabilizing it is extremely difficult. Okay, because the signal molecules only exist for a few seconds or a few minutes, and then after that, they are being used up. So that's why we need a constant production of the redox signaling molecules. Yeah, so we are able to stabilize it for over a year. Okay, so this is the breakthrough, and I'm going to show you a video of how ASEA produces the redox signaling molecules. So just sit back and have a look, watch the video.
Welcome to the ASEA Redox Center. This is where we produce all redox-based products. This is an FDA-listed, NSF-certified facility. We also have certifications in kosher and halal. Today we're going to take you through all steps of the manufacturing, quality testing, and distribution of the ASEA Redox products. Very first steps that we're going to go through in manufacturing the ASEA products are the filtration of the city water supply. The first step is going to be a softening process. Second step is going to be reverse osmosis. The third step is going to be the demineralization or the deionization of the product. And the final step in filtration is going to be UV light filtration. We also produce the Renew 28 gel product. The manufacturing process is a little bit different with this product. What we're going to do is we're going to run the same ASEA that we drink to a much higher level of concentration. And at that point, we're going to do some final testing to make sure that we have the level of a redox that we want. And then we're going to fill it into your specially coated tubes so they will not react with the product. Let's see where it all starts, the water filtration system. The reason water filtration is so important for the processing of ASEA Redox products is we have to know exactly what we begin with each time.
Some of the tests we run are for heavy metals. We test for microbials, test for purity of the water as it comes in. So even though the city gives us nice water, we make it even nicer.
This unit right here is a softening and reverse osmosis water filtration system. What we're going to do is take the average total dissolved solid. It's going to be about 500 parts per million. We're going to run it through this unit and take it down to about 3 parts per million. Our next stage of filtration is deionization. This is our deionization unit. We're going to take the total dissolved solids of the water down to less than 1 part per million. We're also going to go through this last system up here. This is our UV lighting. This is our last stage of filtration before we start processing for ASEA. This will remove any trace bacteria or any other impurities from the water before we begin our next step. After we've filtered the water to the level that we need it, we're going to add our sodium chloride. In these tanks, we have a very specific level of sodium chloride that's going to be added to our filtered water. Once we have our solution in place, we're going to have to go through a mixing process, and then we go through a chilling process. These are electrical processing units. Once we've reached the correct level of salinity and the right temperature, we can begin our electrical processing. All the patents, all the intellectual property for processing ASEA takes place right here. This is the key to the operation.
All right, so you have seen just now, okay, that you start from just very pure deionized water. And this is what the redox signaling molecules are made from, okay? Just pure, pristine, clean water. And the salt, sodium chloride, is used to stabilize it. And then using a heavily patented technology, that's how the whole entire redox signaling molecules is being processed, okay? Yeah. Now, what type of redox signaling molecules do you find inside one bottle of these redox signaling molecules? There are 16 common types of redox signaling molecules that you'll find inside. So these are 8 of them are the reductants, and the other 8 of them are the oxidants. Okay, but remember, of all the 16, the 2 most important that I want you to remember is this one, the superoxide and the hydrogen peroxide. Now, this hydrogen peroxide is also the one that is responsible for the horrible taste. Some of you, when you drink the ASEA for the first time, okay, you will find that it may taste a bit salty, but for certain people, you'll find that the taste of the chlorine is very, very strong. Some will find that it tastes like a bit bitter for you, and all that is because of the presence of the hydrogen peroxide. Okay, but rest assured that the concentration of these molecules here, okay, some will say, how can you drink bleach? You know, it is at a very, very safe level. That means the company would have to prepare the concentration of these redox signaling molecules to be as exact or close to our cell's concentration of redox signaling molecules as close as possible. Okay, so that no matter what volume you drink, it will not be disturbing and causing an imbalance to the concentration in your cells. Okay, so therefore it's safe. Now, we have 2 main products that have the redox signaling molecules. The liquid here is working from inside out. And then the other one that I use almost daily is the Renew 28. This has twice the concentration of redox signaling molecules compared to the oral liquid. Okay, so at this one, we apply externally and locally on parts of the body that you feel pain or discomfort, and it will be working from the outside in. So you can also use this to protect your skin. Okay, now how important are the redox signaling molecules, especially the oxidants? Because we all understand that antioxidants are very useful, but oxidants, you know, reactive oxygen species, you see that this is taken from the website of Redox Biology and Medicine. So they find that nowadays the free radicals, reactive oxygen and nitrogen species now touches every biological and medical discipline. Okay, so now there is an upsurge of interest in the usefulness of these oxidants here. Okay, not just the antioxidants. Yeah, so if you go to Google Scholar, and you key in redox signaling molecules, you will see over 1 million published articles. And these are articles that is not published by ASEA. These are articles that are published by redox scientists worldwide. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you some anecdotal experience to let you have a quick glimpse, you know, of what ASEA Redox can do to the body. Yeah, so it is first available in the market in US in 2010 and 2017 in Singapore, and then now it is available in Indonesia. And you are one of the very first Indonesians to get to know about it, you know, so you are extremely, extremely fortunate. Okay, so you can use it for skin and all ages, yeah, even safe enough for babies. And then for hair, okay, this is due alopecia is due to hormonal imbalance that cause hair drop, and you can see how it basically balances the hormones again and cause the hair to grow back. And it's extremely good for brain and nerve. Let's say before I do a presentation like this, I will normally drink 1 to 2 times 60 ml of the liquid. And what happens is that I will find that the brain will think very, very fast. Okay, so you're able to respond. So here, this even for elderly, for those with Alzheimer, Parkinson, dementia issues, okay, that is due to brain degeneration. So when you drink it, it helps to improve your brain and nerve function. So what you can see here is the coordination, you know, and the choice of colors. Their world initially is gray, not so colorful, and the coordination is not so good. But as you drink ASEA, you will find that, you see, her colors come back, and she's able to control the crayons or the color pencils and color within all the areas here. Okay, so that is good. It's good for the bones and the teeth, you know. That means for a teenager who is growing, for children, if they are growing their bones and all that, and for female, let's say if you are osteopenic, or you have osteoporosis, or anyone who have a bone fracture and you want the bone to heal and grow faster, so it's good to drink ASEA. And this is the fracture that you can see for an 88-year-old. You can see the black line shown by the arrow here, and you can see how it closes up fairly quickly. Okay, and it will be definitely faster than what the doctor expect, you know, for someone at this age. Now, we have seen many people who have improved in their eyesight. Okay, so astigmatism, this is to show you how the astigmatism improved over a year. So this is minus 2.50 to become minus 2.25 in both eyes. So, okay, this is the health records, and you will see how it will drop, and then it will also stabilize. Yeah, so that is for eyes. The other aspect of eyes, for example, glaucoma. So this is a person where the pressure in the eye is very high, 30, and a normal person should have 10 to 21 in terms of the value for the eye pressure. Okay, and you can see how from 30 it dropped to after 6 months to 14 to 20. All right, so falling within the normal range after that. For thyroid, yeah, so this is one lady who had many issues, all the symptoms of thyroid, and taking 10 pills for the thyroid and 1 pill for heart medication over 2 years, but not showing improvement. Now, let's see why certain people take the drugs and it work for them and other people take the drugs and there don't seem to be any improvement. I would say the difference sometimes lies in whether you have redox signaling molecules or not. So what you can see here, after she started taking 60 ml of redox signaling molecules twice a day and applying the gel at the neck region, her medication dropped from 10 to 6 to 4 and finally to 1, meaning that the drug is starting to take effect, you see. So you see, sometimes it's not that the drug is not working. It is when you don't have redox signaling molecules that the cells do not know what to do with the drugs that you're taking it in. Okay? So therefore, it is important that we complement. Medication is good, but if there is no redox signaling molecules, medication may not be working. But when you put the two together, you'll find that the medication works. So when the medication works, actually this person probably need only 1 pill, but because the medication doesn't work, they have to take a higher dosage than normal. Yeah, so that's why redox signaling molecules is very important. Okay, because some are worried, you know, if I'm taking medication, should I be taking redox signaling molecules? All the more you should take the redox signaling molecules. So this is a wound because of diabetes. Yeah, so after taking, you will find the repair, the whole entire repair process, and new tissues are forming. And this is a person with multiple issues and very terrible health condition that deteriorated from 205 to 208. Even the kidney function has dropped to from 50 to 17, you know, with cholesterol, blood, and overweight issues. Yeah, and you will see how after about a month, you know, you'll find that this person drank a lot at the beginning, every day, 3 times a day, 120 ml each time, 3 times a day. And later on, as you progress, you'll find that you can drink slightly less, 60 ml twice a day, and apply the gel as well. Okay, so here you see that the whole body will actually work towards the balanced state, be it the weight, the blood glucose, the cholesterol level. Okay, the good ones becomes higher, the bad ones is lower, the blood pressure, and then even the kidney function went back to nearly the original 50s. Back from 17, it went back to 43. Okay, so you will see it works at the entire body. Okay, so this is another evidence just to show you. Initially, all the indicators for cholesterol are bad, and then after that, it went back to the green and balanced state. Okay, quality of sleep will also improve. So you will find that you will get more REM sleep, which is very important. Okay, because it is the REM sleep here that will actually do a lot of repair work for you. Okay, and you can also sleep a longer duration as well. And the next morning you feel good. That's the most important thing. Now, for those with eczema, psoriasis, and all kinds of skin issues, okay, it will work for you as well. Then trigger fingers, painful joints. Okay, so for this, you can complement the drinking with applying the gel at the local areas where the pain is. Okay, this is recovery from surgery and stroke. And for those who drink ASEA immediately after a stroke attack, the recovery can be very fast and back to almost their state before the stroke. And you see here, this is an open brain surgery over here. So you can see how the application of Renew 28 helps in the healing of the wound. Here, there's another keyhole over here. So you can see that the wound heals quickly and reduces the possibility of scars. For those with gout, you know that is very painful. And this is a person who have, you know, gout attack almost every month. And ever since he started drinking, you see that the indicator for the uric acid starts to drop to normal after about 3 months. Okay, so this is another example of kidney failing kidney. Okay, it has not reached the late stage of kidney failure, but this is the early stage of kidney failure, which is at stage 2 over here. And you can see the reversal, all right, in terms of the numbers here. So it actually reversed from stage 2 back to stage 1, okay, almost normal kidney function. Yeah. So start early. So then this one here is an rare case where the tumor actually grow in the blood vessel. Okay, and the tumor is 4.3 cm by 4.6 cm. It grows in the aortic blood vessel. So this is the aorta. The diagram here shows you the aorta, which is the biggest blood vessel here. Okay, so on top of this, this person had diabetes and then high blood pressure as well, making it very difficult to carry out the surgery. Okay, so the doctor put a stent to widen the aorta, but at the same time, this particular patient here drink 8 times 60 ml of ASEA every day. Okay, 4 months later, the blood glucose, the blood pressure, and other symptoms normalized, and a year later, the tumor shrank to 1.03 cm without a surgery. Okay, so now it's maintaining at 4 times 60 ml a day. Okay, so this is amazing. Okay, it works for fibroids. For this lady, she is fearful of going for surgery and all that. So she drank ASEA for 3 months just to, you know, sometimes she wants to push her luck to see whether it's possible or not. And amazingly for her, okay, the fibroids were gone. But I'm not encouraging you not to see a doctor or not to go for surgery when there is a need to. Okay. Now, other cancers, skin cancers, yeah, you can see how it improved over time. And then this lady had tumors, 8 tumors in her lungs, and she nebulized. Okay, she put the ASEA into the nebulizer and she breathed directly into the lungs, yeah. And out of the blue, okay, unexpectedly, she was having some cough, and then one big cough forces out 2 lumps like this, yeah. So she was fearful, you know, don't know what this is, and she went immediately to go and do her scan, and the doctor found out that 2 of the biggest growth actually were missing from her scan results. Okay, now this is another case of a young mother. Okay, and you can see in the picture here, October 2019, and this is the body with a lot of black spots all over. And these black spots here are where the cancer cells are located, and it has spread through the entire body that you can see over here. Yeah, so you see the delight in her eyes, okay, in January 2020. So it's about 3.5 months later. And you look at how it has gone into remission. Many areas here have cleared, okay, left a few spots here. Yeah, and for those with cancers and tumor, it is necessary that they drink a lot, at least half a bottle. Okay, 1 bottle is about 16 times 80 ml. So this is about 3/4, half to 3/4 bottle of ASEA a day. Okay, Yeah, so if you compare with the PET scan of a normal person, so this area here, the brain and the kidneys here are actually meant to have the spots. So what she is left is just that few tiny spots. Okay, so you imagine the kind of joy and the hope that she has. Okay, so it gives hope to a lot of people. Now, this is another cancer patient together with chemotherapy. Okay, use the ASEA Redox even while they're doing and going through the chemotherapy. Okay, and this is the lungs, and you can see a big black block over here. This is the size of the tumor is 15 cm by 10 cm. And this is after 3 months from June to September, and drinking a lot, drinking almost a bottle a day, at least half a bottle a day. You can see that this region has cleared out. The tumor has shrank to half the size, 7.6 by 4.8. And some of the smaller ones have become unmeasurable. Okay, so this is quite amazing. And this is another article that I came across. And these are articles in the internet, which you can just, type in the titles and download the PDF of the full documents to read. And you see here, increasingly, doctors are actually finding out that cancer cells are universally disturbed in their electronic energy balance. Okay, and understanding that can potentially revolutionizes cancer therapy. So what we are saying that is that cancer cells misbehave, okay, become anomalous, okay, because of the disturbance or the imbalance in the level of redox molecules in the cells. Okay, not? So if we can use redox signaling molecules to naturally cause the cancer cells to die, undergo apoptosis, then we may not need to use very damaging, harmful chemicals, that we are currently using. Okay, yeah. So on the lighter note, so it can be used for beauty to improve your skin, your wrinkles. Okay, and then for spots, this is to show that it really improves your physical performance. And if you go to this particular website, you will see many of these athletes, professional athletes are taking ASEA. Now, if professional athletes who are very, very stringent and strict about what they put into their body are also taking ASEA, I think we can have the assurance, that it will be also good for us as well. Now, look at how many medals he has won, okay, over the last 8 years. So I think that is a testament to how ASEA actually improved the physical performance of the cell. Okay, so it improved the endurance, the stamina. They tested on mice, and also physical stress, how it helps the body to recover after severe stress, when they do all their training and competitions. Okay, so it works even for animals, because as long as they are cells and they have mitochondria, they will also have redox signaling molecules. So this is for liver function, how the indicators actually drop from 1006 to normal again. And for cats, with all kinds of issues, joint, kidney, and normal cells and all that, restoring their health. Fishes, infection, flowers, you see how happy the flowers blooming, after you pour the redox signaling molecules into the soil. Okay, so the same will go for us as well. Okay, so this is a disclaimer, okay, to remind you once again that this what I mentioned here is for health education. It's not a medical advice. It's not a guarantee of results, because the results will vary in individuals, and it will also vary because we have medical issues at different staging, and also, you know, there can be many factors to why you have the medical issues as well. Okay, so ASEA is not a replacement for any conventional medical treatments. You still need to consult your doctor or certified medical professionals, but you can drink ASEA to complement with any of the therapy that you are currently taking, because ASEA redox signaling molecules are similar to what the body is producing. So they are native. Okay, we call it native because the body actually produces it anyway. Okay, yeah. So you may want to know how does ASEA works inside the body. So redox signaling molecules, just like the body already produces it, it is natural. So it helps the body in these 5 simple ways: to detox the body, to build your immune and defend your body, and then it helps you to renew and regenerate new cells. It protects your cells, and then it also restores your cells. Okay, now the very first step, and most people will encounter this, is the detoxification very soon after you drink your first cup of ASEA. Okay, now why is detoxification so important? Now, over the many years, our body would have accumulated a lot of the residue of harmful chemicals, drugs, toxins that is inside the body in every nook and corner. So we can't look transparent directly into our cells, but imagine how our cells will look like, you know, like what you see in this aquarium here with all the murky, dirty water. Okay, the organelles inside are like the plants and fishes, you know, inside. So they are living in that kind of condition. So I think the first thing logically that we should do is to remove all these toxins. So it will release all these toxins from where? From your joints, you know, from your blood, from the different organs and all that, so that we can get a nice, clean, clear aquarium like this. Yeah. So this is the first step. And during this process, you may have encountered this if you are already a ASEA user. You might experience headache, nausea, tiredness, rashes, diarrhea, pain, digestive disturbance, either diarrhea, okay, or discomfort. Your blood pressure may go erratic, your blood sugar may go erratic, you may have fever, you may have cough, or you may notice you have stinky pee and poo, you know. So these are good signs, you know. It's a sign that your body is in action, is really working. Okay, but you may encounter some discomfort. Sometimes the discomfort will only last very mildly for over 2-3 days, and then you're fine after that. And I've met people where their symptoms can be quite severe. It is so uncomfortable that they cannot function. Okay, so what do you do when you go through this? One is make sure that you drink enough water. Okay, you cannot drink overly too much, but you have to drink enough so that the toxins can be removed, you know, from your urination. Now, get enough sleep, because it's during sleep that a lot of the repair process will take place. Now, if it is too uncomfortable, there are 2 ways you can do. Either you drink even more, okay, to speed up the whole process, or you can reduce it and bring it down to a level where the discomfort is something that you can bear. Okay, so why do we encounter this? It's like renovating a house. You know, most of us, when we renovate the house, you don't live inside while the renovation is taking place in the whole entire house. Okay, you actually finish the renovation, then you move in. But can you imagine, you cannot get out of the body Correct or not? So you have to stay in the body while the full renovation is taking place. So the dust, the noise, and everything is being generated. So you have to bear with it for a while. But after the renovation is completed, you will find that your state of health will actually go up by 1 or 2 notches. You know, you will feel so much better after that. Okay, now the second function of the redox signaling molecules is to defend our body. Now, remember, just now I mentioned about the oxidants. Okay, these oxidants have been known all the while that is actually damaging, causing damage to cells. But little do we know that the cells are very intelligent. They know how to use this kind of damaging molecules. Okay, and the immune cells actually uses oxidants to, as bullets like this, to actually harm. So they actually throw these oxidants towards the bacteria, virus, funguses, parasites, you know, cancer cells, tumor cells that we saw just now. Why do these tumor cells start to die and the tumor growth start to shrink? All right, because if our immune system, our immune cells are equipped with the correct bullets, they can actually protect us, you know. So what happens is that when we drink our ASEA Redox and all that, so we make available these 2 types of molecules, the oxidants and the antioxidants. Okay, so immune cells, if they are not producing enough redox signaling molecules, okay, they are actually quite powerless. Okay, yeah, so that's why the tumor and the cancer cells are having a fun time, a good time, because our immune cells can't do anything to them. Okay, now this is another experiment that you will find here. Okay, it's actually a published work that the redox signaling molecules are actually being tested on microbes. What are microbes? Bacteria, viruses, all these are microbes. And they chose 30 strains of bacteria and viruses that are very resistant, okay, and very difficult to kill. All right, and what they found is that out of the 30 strain, almost all, 99.9, almost all are killed or rendered harmless in less than 30 seconds. That is like almost instantaneous. Okay, so now globally, we know that we are facing this problem where the antibiotics are becoming useless because the microbes, the bacteria are becoming resistant to the antibiotics that we have right now. Okay, so this could be a good alternative for us. Yeah, and they found that it is safe, it is natural, and it is very effective. Now, other articles done by independent body to show that hydrogen peroxide, you know, one of the redox signaling molecules that I mentioned, they are effective in inactivating viruses. Okay, and this is what I read, you know, earlier in the last 2 years when there was the COVID. Okay, so I went to do my research and read up to see whether redox signaling molecules can help to protect us, you know, especially at the time when the vaccines are not yet available. So nobody had any solutions. So I read up and I found a couple of articles, you know, that show that hydrogen peroxide, they can inactivate. Inactivate means that although it may not directly kill, it can actually render the viruses harmless. Okay, yeah. So you can see here in the abstract, they use hydrogen peroxide and they inactivate virus, yet the virus is harmless, but it can still elicit the immune response, meaning that our immune response can still recognize them and produce our own antibody against them. Okay, yeah, so that is good. It does not hinder in the natural process of our immune system to remove the viruses. Now, this is another article in 1977, very long ago, that they used 3% of hydrogen peroxide against this type of viruses, the myxovirus, influenza, and all that. Now, within 1 minute to 30 minutes. So the 1 minute is actually in line with the test that we tried with the Redox. So within half an hour, they find that coronaviruses, influenza viruses are very sensitive to hydrogen peroxide. Now, of course, this coronavirus is not the same strain as the coronavirus that we are currently facing. Okay, yeah, but at least they belong to the same family. So this is good to know, yeah, that we can get some level of protection from drinking ASEA. Okay, now, do you want to get younger? This is a way to get younger, because at whatever age that we are at, there will always be the 3 types of cells in the body. One is the healthy cells, the other one is the damaged, aging cells, and the third type are the useless cells, like the tumor cells, the cancer cells. All that is not helping us. Okay, so we can have these 3 types of cells in our body. Okay, and they are represented by this one, healthy, this is damaged, aging, and this one is, useless cells. Yeah. So what happens is that the immune system will actually recognize the cells that are no longer supporting us. Okay, and they will use the oxidants to actually blast at these cells to create more damage to the cells. Why must they create more damage? Because the cells will not undergo apoptosis, okay, unless it is damaged to an irreparable stage. So the oxidants is to purposely cause more damage to the point of irreparable, so that the cells will undergo apoptosis, they will die, and then they will create space. Because normal cells will only divide when there is vacant space to fill up. So now what happens is the healthy cells have a chance to now divide. Okay, these are stem cells, yeah? So when they divide, grow, and replace, okay, the whole process will continue. So the longer you drink the ASEA, the work will continue. So it will continue to remove the cells that are not supporting us, create the space here so that the surrounding healthy cells will actually fill out the space. So this is how we get better and better. So the organs itself become healthier and healthier. Overall, your whole entire body gets better and better, healthier and healthier, younger and younger. Okay, so this is a long-term transition towards improvement of your health and your physical body. So it is not something like, okay, if I stop, then everything immediately go back to normal. This is slightly more long-term. So people will ask, how long do I have to drink ASEA? Do I just drink for a few months, or do I drink a few years, or do I drink for my whole lifetime? Okay, so we have many cells, trillions of cells in the body. Okay, so it depends on whether you just want a short-term improvement, then you stop. So you see, if you drink for just 3-6 months and all that, the moment you drink it, like my eyes, the moment I drink that first cup, I encounter the improvement in my eyesight straight away. Okay or not? So when you drink on the short term, you see an improvement in the function of the organs, because it immediately helps the cells and support the cells to function. Okay, but in order to replace cells, it will take months. Okay, for example, if you want to grow a baby, about a 3 kg size baby, the body takes 9 months to produce that many cells that gives you a 3 kg baby. So if we are 50 kg, 60 kg, 70 kg, 80 kg, so imagine how many babies you got to, replace with that equivalent weight. Yeah, and that's how long. If one baby is 9 months, you multiply by the number of kg that you have to replace. That will be how long it takes to actually renew your body and your cells. You see, does that make sense? Okay, so therefore, the longer you take, you actually give the body time to go and make that new cells. Okay, after you make the new cells, you better protect them. Okay, if not, your aging process will be very fast. Okay, so the way to protect your cells is through the antioxidants. Okay, now the master antioxidant. The master means that the most important antioxidant in the body is actually your glutathione, peroxidase, and your superoxide dismutase. These two will increase by glutathione 8 times higher than normal. The superoxide dismutase will increase by 5 times the normal production. Okay, so our body will generate more antioxidants to protect us and to prevent the damage and to delay the aging. Okay, now glutathione, what we thought is just simply an antioxidant, actually has a lot more function. So when the glutathione increased by 8 times, what is it going to do for us? So you see here, GSH, the glutathione here is involved in nutrient metabolism. So your metabolism is going to improve when you have more glutathione. Antioxidant defends your immunity, okay, your cell metabolism, and then gene expression as well. So it's going to increase the expression of genes, which we're going to see later, the type of genes that will actually increase in activity. Okay, it helps in signaling, transduction here in signaling, cell proliferation. That means the stem cells actually growing to replace the old cells. That's proliferation. Apoptosis is dying, natural dying of the cells. That means these are the old damaged cells that we saw earlier, the dying of that cells. Okay, so it's going to help us in all this process. So that's why the glutathione increased by 8 times more, okay, which is very important. Okay, so you can see here that the superoxide hydrogen peroxide will turn on the necessary pathway, which will then turn on the genes in the body. So what kind of genes will be turned on and restored? So you can see here, okay, these are tests done by the Tourette laboratories. Okay, it will help you to be happy. So the happy hormone, serotonin receptors will be increased. Then you can see brain nerve. I gave you evidence earlier. Brain nerve will improve. Your sleep will improve. You get more antioxidant. Your blood vessels, your circulation will improve. Your metabolism improve. You see here anti-malignancy, anti-tumor, antiviral, all this. So that's why you see the cancer cells will actually start to drop off like autumn leaves. And then heart for your bones. Okay, for healthy babies, your blood sugar, the central nervous system, your hormonal balance as well. Okay, so you can see here, the whole body is being coordinated. So every morning, every day when you drink your 60 ml, okay, so imagine all these things are happening inside your body. Okay, so that's what I like it. And then you can read the articles in asiascience.com. Yeah. So this is to summarize that this is how ASEA redox in the molecules actually reverse the aging in the body through these 5 natural simple steps. Okay. Now, the validation, is it safe? I think people are concerned when they drank their first cup, okay, that it's not the kind of taste that you expect. You know, some call it battery water, some call it drain water, and some say it's like swimming pool water, and all sorts. Some get a bitter taste, some get a metallic taste, you know, so they get very, very concerned whether this liquid are actually safe to drink or not. So I'm going to show you another short video here from the company, the kind of tests that they put the redox signaling molecules through, yeah, to make sure that we have it.
Once we've finished our electrical processing, product is transferred into these large tanks. These tanks are 4,000 gallons and represent one batch of the ASEA Redox product. Something that's key to the production facility here is that we have our own on-site testing laboratory where we can actually test the redox potential of the product. It's also important to use third-party validation for all of our test methods. Every fourth batch of ASEA Redox product is tested independently to certify our results. Once our product is tested and approved, we move here to our bottling room. This is where we introduce the ASEA Redox product to your bottle.
The plastic that we use for the bottle is the same plastic we use for processing. We basically have taken the process equipment and broken it down to a bottle.
Once we go to the bottling line at this point, we're going to fill your bottles. Currently, we're filling at 38 bottles per minute. Expiration on ASEA Redox product is 15 months from the date we fill the bottle. Once we've bottled the product, we'll go through one more step of final testing. Every fourth batch of ASEA will be sent out for independent testing, and this is required by. Once we've finished our electrical processing.
Okay, all right, so you can see that we actually engage a third-party organization to do the testing for us. And then these are all the labs that I've that have conducted all the different tests, you know, for us. Yeah, so be rest assured that no matter what volume you are drinking, okay, no matter what age, whether it's a baby or whether it's a teenager or whether it's an adult or seniors, okay, it is totally non-toxic, no harm, is made of water and sodium chloride, salt, no other ingredients inside, you know. So if you have excess, now what if you drink too much? So when you drink too much, they're going to react, come back together as water and salt. Okay, so this has no residue and then it will be just removed from the body. Okay, yeah. So all these have been tested to show that there is no harm to our genes, no harm to the cells. Okay, so use with the assurance and confidence. Yeah. So here, just to recap how to use it, some of you will probably have known. So to begin, we normally advise you to drink 60 ml twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. Okay, so this is the amount that we will recommend for adults and seniors. Okay, for children, okay, according to their body size, you reduce proportionally, same for animals. Yeah, so now if you increase gradually. So we don't recommend that straight away, you know, the moment you start, if you have a severe health issue, that you start straight away with half a bottle. No, that's not the case. Yeah, so you start from 1 in the morning, 160 ml in the evening, then you increase to 3, then you increase to 4, 5, 6, gradually. Each increase is a gap of 3 days, okay, to make sure that your body has time to adapt. Similarly, when you want to bring it down, you also do it progressively, 3 days gap, cut down by 1 cup, which is 60 ml progressively. Okay, don't shock the body, just do like that. Then the other question that I always get is how much do I need? How do I know how much must I drink? Okay, so this is the gauge. If you're healthy, you're at 5G, correct or not? Yeah, if your energy is low, but you don't have any particular health issue, then you're probably at 4G. If you are sick with, let's say, having all the 3 highs, having liver issue, kidney issues, and all that, you're probably operating at 2G and 1G. Okay, so how much do you want to drink is entirely your choice, because there is no recommended dosage. Okay, so if you think that you are at 1G, you are happy with just operating at 3G, you don't need to like jump all the way to operate at 5G, isn't it? So if you're happy to have 1G move up to 2G, then by all means, okay, like let's say 4 times 60 ml. If from 1G you want to go up to 3G, then you probably need to drink like six cup, you know. Yeah. So the bigger the gap between your current state and your desired state, you top up the difference. Okay. Because you also have your own budget to consider. So work within what you're comfortable with. Okay, so there is no particular recommendation for you. So you follow your heart and follow your own desire to what level of improvement you want yourself to be. Okay, most important, don't mix with other drinks. Yeah, some may find that, oh, it tastes so terrible. Mix it with my orange juice and all that. Mix it with milk and all that to mask. No, you don't do that. Yeah, so because the moment you mix it with something, it will react. Okay, even with water, it will react. Yeah, and don't drink directly from the bottle. You know, some just pour and then drink direct from the bottle. No, your saliva will get in and it will start to destabilize the molecules. And once you open, make sure that you finish it within 2 weeks. Yeah. So don't use metal, because there might be reaction and then it will destabilize your redox molecules and then react, and then you will be drinking nothing but salt and water. So use plastic or use glass. Okay, and then you don't have to store in the fridge, but some find that it tastes better when it's in the fridge. You can actually leave it in the kitchen counter. Just make sure that it's not exposed to heat or sunlight. Yeah, cool, dry place will do. And yeah, important is after you have opened it, don't keep it there for more than 15 days, okay? Because every time you open the cap and all that, the air, the dust, things will get in and then it will destabilize it, okay? Yeah, so when you drink and then you find that it's salty, then you know that there is very little redox molecules inside. Okay, so try to finish it as quickly as you possibly can after you open it. Okay. Let's see. Now, okay, for the Renew 28, how to use it. So this is good for skin. You can apply from head, literally from head to toe. Okay, so apply on clean, dry skin. So normally I would advise people to make sure that you bathe, you keep your skin dry, and then you apply the Renew 28. So because the gel and the liquid may separate, so what you need to do is you need to shake very rigorously. So when you squeeze out, if you find that the gel is very, very thick, or when you squeeze out there is water running out, that means that the gel and the water liquid is not mixed properly. So make sure that you shake until when you squeeze it out, it is a grayish gel. Okay, yeah. And then what you do is you apply on your face, or let's say your finger is having some pain, or your knee joint is having some pain, you rub at that particular area. Okay, so you don't just rub and then after that you leave it there to dry. Then you will see a white thin layer on the surface of the skin. Now, after you apply a thin even layer, you need to actually tap. So when you tap, you are actually stimulating the cells to start absorbing. So you will continue to tap for probably 2 to 3 minutes until your skin is dry as it originally is. Okay, so that is when you know that the liquid has been fully absorbed. So if you are dealing with pain, to relieve the pain, you need to apply 3 to 5 times, okay? Or as frequent as you need throughout the day to relieve the pain. Yeah, so this is what you can actually do. Okay, all right. So I've come to the end of my talk. I hope that this has been useful and informative for you. So I'll stop the sharing right now. And I saw a couple of questions. Let me see.
So Asha, do you want to go into Q&A first?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you want to do a
Okay.
testimonial
I'm
first?
looking at the questions.
Or you want to do Q&A first?
Up to you.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, is there clinical experience about a seer with blood cancer such as multiple myeloma? Okay, where cancer is concerned is basically the cells are misbehaving. Okay, so regardless of the type of cancers, the immune cells of the body will actually recognize cells that are misbehaving, okay, cells that are not meant to be there, okay, not? So what we do is when we drink a seer, that means large quantities, like I said, at least 1/3 or half or even the entire bottle a day, we are equipping our immune cells to do what they will naturally do, okay? So regardless of what is the name of the cancer, okay? So they are just cells and misbehaving cells, and the body will know what to do. Are there any contraindication for redox preparation? So let's say if you are taking any medication, whether it's Western drugs or herbal medicines and all that, you just need to give a gap of 15 to 20 minutes, yeah, between a seer and your medication, all right, or any therapy that you are doing. The ASEA always go first, okay? ASEA always go first because I would prefer the signal molecules to go in, okay, distribute to all the cells so that when your medication comes, okay, the cells will already know what to do. They are already prepared, yeah. Can I mix ASEA water with other liquid? Okay, so this is, I've answered, you do not mix them together. You drink them separately. Always ASEA first before any other supplements or other medication. All you need is just about 15-20 minutes apart. That's all. Okay, so that's all for the 3 questions. Yeah. So I
there's one more.
back to
answer,
Jasmine Burger.
there's one more. Under the answer, right? How to know the dosage and what if we drink too much?
Okay, I mentioned already the dosage, and I also mentioned earlier, what if we drink too much? Everything will react, the excess will just react and then go back to water and salt. Okay, the dosage, you will determine the dosage, right? I mentioned just now whether you are 1G, 2G, and you want to go 1G to 3G or 1G to 5G, that difference is the amount that you need to make up with the ASEA Redox. Yeah. Okay, so I pass the time back to Jasmine Keke. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, 老师.
Yeah.
All right. So right now we will move into testimonials. I think we have medical doctors to give testimony. Can I pass the time to Liliana?
Hi. Sorry, I have 2 doctors supposed to be in, but they last minute have to leave. Dr. Gunadi, I'm not sure. The health practitioner, I'm not sure whether he can make it. But anyway, one of the doctors just leave because she has some emergency. She's Dr. Grace. So this is what she shared. She said last night she have to be taking, she take a new supplement and was allergic. So at night, her body has incredible itchy bumps. So she took Renu 28 and rubbed it all over her body. And amazingly, everything, the one applied with Renu 28 disappeared very quickly and she could sleep. So this is what from Dr. Grace. So Dr. Gunadi, he's a health practitioner, but I don't think not sure whether he can make it. He has another Zoom. So that's all for this one.
No worries. Thank you, Liliana. So perhaps I will share my testimonial instead, yeah, while waiting for Dr. Gunadi, right? So I just share. So basically, as I shared earlier on, I'm with SEA for 4 years. So I'm really thankful to Mr. Derek Chiu for introducing ASEA to me, right? So I was sharing how the ASEA actually helped me with a few issues I have, right? So as I was sharing with Mr. Derek, I was actually planning to go for LASIK because I am short-sighted. In Indonesia, you all call it minus, yeah. So basically, he shared with me how to use a SEA product, because he was sharing with me that Derek actually he doesn't have any plus anymore, right? So after listening, so I decided, okay, why don't I give it a shot, right? So to my surprise, before taking ASEA, this is one of my testimonials for my eyesight. So I listened to him basically how to use the product. So the ASEA drink, right? Basically, I drank 2 cups in the morning and 2 cups at night. The same ASEA liquid, right? I put it into the nano spray like that, and I spray onto my face and directly into my eyes many times a day. And then just now, Christine was sharing about the Redox gel, right? So at night, right, I apply a very thick layer around my eyes, and then I go to bed. And to my surprise, in just 1 month, one day before my LASIK appointment, I went to the optometrist to check my eyesight. So this is 1 month after using ASEA. You can see left eye is my master eye. So I actually dropped 1 point, which is 100 degrees for my minus. So from there, I'm really shocked. Because at that point, I don't really understand what is redox. I only hear it's salt and water. So I'm really surprised how come this salt and water can do all this. That's when I really dived deep into the redox technology. And I saw there are a lot of testimonials to help with hair growth, because being women, we tend to go through a lot of stress and hormonal imbalance. So I start to drop a lot of hair. I saw that there are a lot of testimonials that help with hair growth. So basically, I apply the Redox gel onto my scalp twice a day. And within 6 weeks, my hair actually grew. So that's where I begin my conviction for ASEA grow, and my belief level went quite high. So I constantly just use myself to do a lot of experiments, right? So this is my fingernails before taking ASEA, because they always say that fingernails is a good indicator of your personal health, right? So 6 months into ASEA, I took another shot of my fingernails. So I know that I'm on the road to a healthier body, right? Yeah. So basically, this is my short testimonial. And I also like to share, I'm doing ASEA full-time as a business, right? And I just want to share, because I make ASEA like my personal purpose. Whoever I meet today, I just share ASEA, because I wouldn't know whose life ASEA can help save. So because over the 4 years, I have a lot of customers that actually benefited a lot from ASEA, right? That's when, over time, they will come back to me and say, oh, thank you so much for introducing ASEA. I never thought that, this would help, because I'm on medication for so many years. It didn't help, so it's because of people like that keep coming back to thank me. And to thank ASEA. That's why I'm very, very grateful to ASEA and to Derek as well, and many people like Christine as well, to share her knowledge with us, right? So I just want to share from a business standpoint, where we are at today is because of the decision we made 3 years ago, right? So based on that standard, right, the decision that you make today is going to affect you 2 years or 3 years down the road, right? So never mind that you think that maybe a year, maybe I don't need a year. It's okay, but I'm sure you can think of somebody who will benefit from a year. So this is what we are trying to advocate, just to share the Redox technology, because it can really help somebody, right? So basically that's my testimonial. I hope it can help somebody as well, right? So hang on now, let me stop share. Yeah. I see that there's some chat. Christine, there's some question. Do you want to share again?
Yeah, okay. So I answered a few. Which are the ones that I haven't answered?
Hang on, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh,
If I
yes.
type
Yeah,
the
I think you
chat,
answered all.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody can read, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if you do have any more questions, please feel free to type in the chat. Right. Let me see. Otherwise, Mr. Derek, do you have something to add?
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for coming to this amazing talk. I think the third-party validation, the credibility of ASEA is there. You know, basically, so what we need you to do is to talk to someone that brought you to this call and connect with them and see how you can get yourself hold of some of these products so that you can drink it every day. I've been on ASEA for 6 years now. Every day without fail, I'm drinking it. So I'm just a messenger to create your own personal ASEA journey for you to have a Redox life-changing experience. So no, I'm motivated to just keep on sharing this technology and humble about what the Redox technology ASEA has done for people and what's it going to do for all the new market and new people that's going to try on. So speak to the person that brought you on this call. If you haven't tried the ASEA product, please get your hands on it and try it out. Both the Redox signaling molecule for the ASEA supplement plus the Renew 28 gel, one of them for inside out and the other one's outside in, so they can 5G your body as much as possible. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Christine Wong for another amazing sharing session, and for the MC Jasmine for her amazing commitment and dedication in making ASEA a big success, and of course Liliana also for being instrumental for making it a success here, and all the leaders that's been committed with this ASEA journey with me, and we're just in the beginning. So is there some questions? Someone raise their hand. Oh, there's another question, isn't it? Oh, well, Christine is answering the question right now. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming, and we'll speak to each other soon. Get the discussion of Redox technology going to talk to people. It's an amazing blue ocean technology out there. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Jasmine. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mr. Derek. So, Liliana, just to check, is Dr. Junadi?
No, so we can put it in.
Okay, sure, okay. Okay, so I think we have answered all the questions, right? Are there any more questions that you would like to ask Ms. Christine? Okay. Pimpin. Okay.
Christine,
Yes.
can I ask you, you mentioned about that if you want to increase the dosage, then give the time like 3 days before the increase. So are you
Mm.
saying that if I'm now taking like 120 ml 3 times a day, so if I want to increase it, for instance, like to 180 or 60 ml times 3 times. So I want to increase it to 5 times a day. So you meaning the 3 days I stop taking it all together or what? What do
No,
you mean?
no. Okay. Meaning that, let's say if whatever amount for a beginner, all
Yeah.
right, for a beginner, we take 60 ml in the morning, 60 ml at night.
Yeah.
Okay. Take this for 3 days to make sure that the body is well adapted. There is no pain, no severe detox reaction and all that before you take your third cup. Okay, before you take your third 60 ml. And then after you start with your third 60 ml, wait for 3 days before you make it 4 cups a day. So increase progressively. Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. So if you have already been taking your 6 cups, let's say every day you've been taking your 6 cups for already like 2 months, 3 months, then you can increase your next cup anytime you wish.
Oh, hang on. You mentioned if I already take it like six cups, right? So if say I want to increase it, so another 3 days, correct?
Yes.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that we want
Between one increase to the next increase, make sure that you have at least 3 days gap to let the body adjust.
it means on the 4th day, then I can increase another cup,
Yes.
right? Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. There are 2 questions. There are a few questions here. Let me see. PCOS. Can you type for me what is the full term for PCOS, Dr. So that I can answer. Okay, Nancy 2 asks if there are crystals built up around the knee area, can continue to drink ASEA. Yes. I gave an example of gout. Gout is caused by accumulation of uric acid crystals in the joints, all that, right? Yeah. So yes, of course, it will help. If it's, let's say, giving you pain, discomfort, you can also use the Renew 28 and apply at the knee area. Then the Toka asks, can it improve sperm quality? Yes, your whole entire body. Okay, whole entire body. So it helps in the fertility. Remember, there is one particular slide on the gene expression, which type of genes get turned on and all that. And then one of the panel is actually for fertility. Okay. There's one question, which one is better? What do you mean? The oral or the Renew 28? Is that what you are asking? Okay. Then, POCS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Okay, you can apply the Renew 28 at the region where the ovary is located. That means it's at the lower abdomen. Then, because the good thing about the when to use what, okay, when to use what. One is, if you go for concentration, this is twice the concentration of the oral, correct? Now, I use this when it is near the surface because of the penetration issue. Let's say for skin, joint, okay, you can use this. For your eyes also, you can use this. Okay, anywhere that is not too deep inside, you can actually use this, yeah, for local. A fixed area or region is very good to use the gel. Okay, and the other one is higher in concentration, so that's the other plus point. Okay, but however, if it's deep in the core or the blood, you can't use this, okay, because it will not reach. So you still need the ASEA Redox, which will be absorbed. It goes into the blood to get transported to the cells. Okay, so that's why they have different functions, different uses. So for the ovarian syndrome, you can use this, apply on the external near the area of the ovary, and you definitely have to drink this as well at the same time. Okay, so to what extent it will help and over how long it can give the results will differ from case to case, yeah, because I have no idea the staging and how advanced is this particular case. So therefore, you have to drink it, try it in order to know the change, the outcome. Okay, so Nancy 2 says it's not uric acid, so it doesn't matter what kind of crystals, because any form of crystals means is an excess of something which has turned into something toxic, but the body crystalline it so that it's not water soluble. So they use crystalline state to actually store all these molecules. So basically, these are all toxic stuff that residue that I mentioned is accumulating in the body. So when you drink the ASEA Redox, it will gives you the detoxification. So all these little crystals and all that will slowly be dissolved and find its way out of the body. Okay. Which one is better? 2 times 120 ml or 60 ml in 4 times? Okay. Now, according to one of the experiments, they find that small quantity in higher frequency is better than large quantity at one go. Okay, so that means if you are drinking 1 bottle a day, if at one go you drink the whole entire bottle, it is not as beneficial as drinking, here got 16 cups, right? Drinking 16 cups over, let's say that 24 hours. Let's say every hour you drink 160 ml is better that way than drinking this entire bottle in one drink. Okay, because why? When you drink, it's like stimulation, you know, after 1 or 2 hours you stimulate, and then after 1 or 2 hours you stimulate. They measured the glutathione level in the body, the cells. So they find that when you drink higher frequency in small amount, you actually sustain the level of glutathione over a longer period of time. If you drink large quantity, the effect is the same, that you will drop. It was dropped because after that, for the rest of the 24 hours, there is no incoming redox molecule. So you drink a lot at one go, the excess will then turn to salt and water, and you urinate and everything comes out. Okay, so it's like whether you want to give the girl 24 roses in one bunch, or okay, you give 1 stalk of rose over 24 days. Okay, the lady will be happier if she gets 1 stalk of rose over 24 days rather than 1 big bunch of flowers. So that is that's your cells also lah. Okay, you will be happier if you give small amounts throughout the day. How do I carry ASEA bottles during overseas trip? If you're going for an overseas trip, I suggest you bring unopened bottles. That means everything is sealed, and you check in. Okay, you just need to check in the big bottles, so it's fine. Okay, so there won't be any leakage if you bring the sealed bottles, unopened bottles. Yeah, so once you're there, make sure that you finish it, because when you bring back, if you don't close this tight enough, the change in pressure and all that will cause leakage. Okay, so let's say if you are staying overseas for months, then you can actually place an order and then put the delivery address to the country that you are going to. So you can order let's say if you're staying there and having deliver it to your friend's house or even to the hotel, and then you go and get it, go and collect. Yeah. Okay, next question is, if this can reverse PCOS, the majority of it can be solved. Well, it's not that simple that every health issue or every medical issue can be solved, because it's multiple factorial, you know, so it's not simple. Because why? When you drink this, it also depends on your circulation, okay, whether your blood circulates well or not. So for some people, the meridians, you know, where the energy and the chi flows is stuck. Most likely the blood circulation through the capillaries and to reach every single cell is also stuck. Okay, so that's why some people, when they drink it, they get spectacular experience. And some will find that, okay, I drink it and over 2-3 months, my improvement is just that teeny little bit and all that. So what is the difference is your blood circulation. Okay, and if your blood circulation is not that good, it will take you a slightly longer time. So not all issues will be resolved or can be resolved. It's not so easy. Yeah. So that's why it depends very much on your state of health and the other aspects of your body as well. Okay. Somebody asked, how about in pregnancy and how about children? What age they can start? You can start at any age. Even newborn babies, you can also drink it. Yeah. So you vary the amount according to the proportional size of the body. So let's say we recommend 60 ml in the morning, 60 ml in the evening. So that's about 120 ml a day. Then if it's a smaller body, you just reduce it accordingly. So maybe for children, all they need is 5 ml or 10 ml a day, or maybe 20 ml or 30 ml a day. Okay, so do your own gauging. I mean, if the children, let's say, is unhealthy, or let's say if they are having their fever or feeling under the weather, sick, during that period of time, they may need more. Yeah. Okay. So if, let's say at any point in time when you feel any discomfort or you don't feel well, you just keep drinking 60 ml every 1 to 2 hours. Yeah. So if it's for little children, you just give them 10 ml every 2-3 hours. Okay. For no reason, and you do not know why, you will just get better. Okay. Then there's another question. If Redox can raise the glutathione level, so we can also consume the glutathione supplements without drinking ASEA Redox, what is the difference? Well, okay, glutathione is not the redox selenium molecules. Okay, so when you take glutathione supplements, you are increasing only the glutathione. Okay, but not the SOD, the superoxide dismutase and the other things. All right, so glutathione is very much at the end point here. Redox molecules is upstream. Okay or not? So if you increase the redox molecules, okay, then you are starting at the upstream. Yeah, of course, you can also complement, you know, taking your glutathione supplements and taking ASEA Redox as well. You do your combination and see which one gives you the best effect. Okay, because we can never come to one state and say this is the one and only supplement that you're going to need and you don't need anything else. No. Okay, so do your own mix and match. I notice that sometimes the silk bottle leaks a little if after I get to a different country. Yeah, it all depends on the air pressure. Yeah, the air pressure. So, so that is beyond our control. How about people from India? Can the company send by courier if someone orders it? So this one, I think I need Derek to answer this particular question. Okay, then the question by the earlier one is already answered. No, somebody asked.
For just to answer the question about India, ASEA is not currently open in India. So, but ASEA is now currently open in 34 countries, where the next market coming in is Indonesia. But then there are ASEA for the last 6 years, because it's such amazing technology, life-changing technology. There are a lot of people that take their own initiative to bring the technology to all different parts of the world, because people need it around the world. And then they bring it out, and over 90% of people which take ASEA are all consumers that benefit from this technology. So if you can talk to the person that brought you here, and you can have some route for you to ship in the product for people to consume and try, you'll be changing the world 1% at a time. So, Doctor, currently there's no one doing the opening up in the India market, but the world is getting smaller. I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Miss Emily Song, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Christine, I have a friend, the sister actually got a stroke maybe like 4 years ago, and she was in coma for 4 months. Thereafter, she woke up, and recently, it's like this year, okay, she is alert, but she is not mobile. Okay, so the husband, she didn't want to drink. So when she, at one time, she was on tube feeding, the husband actually just pour and let her take, Yeah. And until a certain time, it's like the husband panicked, and he called me and he said, hey, how come she's sleeping all the time? Even when she's doing the robotic walk at Tan Tock Seng, she sleep. She sleep. Yeah. So
Okay.
I say, oh, if you are worried, you may want to reduce the dosage. Yeah. So same with the husband. So the husband actually sleeps with the wife and a nurse, and she's awake like help out. So, and he's so worried because when now after taking for like 2 months or so, once he sit down only, he will sleep. And he say, hey, cannot be like that now. What if I sit down in the car and I drive, and come to traffic, like how? So how? I also with this, I also say, oh, if you want, you can slow down and take it easy, Yeah. Okay. Maybe your advice, Christine.
Okay, so let me see. One is the
wife.
stroke patient, correct?
Yeah.
The stroke
Yes.
patient, is the stroke patient falling asleep, or is it the husband that is
Both.
both drink and fall asleep?
Yes.
Mm.
She said the wife sleeps a lot,
Okay.
even when she's doing the robotic walk. Yeah.
Okay. Do they do anything else? Do they take anything else besides ASEA?
No.
Okay, you
No.
got to check with them. Yeah, you got to check with them whether are they using anything else, or taking anything else, or even inhaling anything else and all that, because sometimes they may couple it with certain aromatherapy or certain other things. I'm not too sure. So I need to have the full set of information to actually know what is happening, because so far I have not encountered anyone who after drinking is like, will doze off, that means unwillingly. Okay, that means when you don't intend to sleep and you are falling asleep like that, it's not something that I have encountered before. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was telling the husband, I say, you're deprived of sleep because he is like 24/7, you know, and
Mm.
attending to her.
Mm.
Yeah. So 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 I think she got COVID once and she was admitted. So I told him, you go and sleep and you see how after that, whether, you know,
Mm.
are you still as sleepy? Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
yeah, how much did they drink to get to that state?
At one time they were drinking quite a lot. So
Mm.
I think the husband was drinking like 4, 5 cups a day.
Okay.
Yeah. Even the wife, because
Mm.
when he was able to pour into the tube feeding for yeah, he say, oh, I just try, you know, just give it. Yeah.
And
So
they are still like this, falling asleep, or it's just a
I
short period
think
of time?
now that she is not on tube feeding, she refused.
Mm.
She just refused to take because I think of the taste.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm. Yeah. The taste, the worse the taste, the more they are
Yeah.
shocked of the
Yeah.
Redox, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mm.
I think if they are willing, they can start again. Let's start
Mhm.
slowly. Yeah. 4 to 5, 60 ml is really not a lot. Sometimes I
Not a
may
lot,
go
huh?
to that, level.
How about for her? How
Huh?
much? How many cups should she take or increase to how many cups?
Increase to the extent that she feel the desired effect. Yeah.
Oh.
And how fast she wants to recover lah. Okay, because when they reach a state of stroke, it means that there is quite a lot of damage inside the body. Yeah.
Mhm.
So if they want faster recovery, then they should drink more. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll talk to him
Yeah.
again. Hey, thank you very much, Christine.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Mm.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Dr.
Hello.
Yeah,
Prabhu,
yes.
is it?
Dr. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Christine, I'm Dr. Prabhu here. I'm a practicing epigenetic doctor.
Mm.
And of course, I was introduced by one person from Ranjit from Johor Bahru with ASIA.
Mm.
I would like to answer the question for this particular person previously who asked where the person goes to sleep.
Okay.
Okay, now from a doctor's point of view, in my practice of preventive healthcare and being an epigenetic doctor for almost 8 years, what I noticed from her situation is this person is basically her liver is under pressure to detox the toxins from her body. That's number one. So what happens is if you're just going to just take Redox, definitely things are not going to help them because the liver to detox, it requires a minimum of 35 vitamins, minerals, and other trace elements for it to detox basically your heavy metals or even the chemicals. So here it would be good if the person can support the liver with some good liver tonics like Silvamarine. There are a lot of good products available. The liver really needs a support. So the moment you do that, I think they will be much more alert. The sleepiness is because when the liver is sluggish in functioning, that's the reason there. So they just need to add on a little bit of nutrients or nutrition supplements to the liver and things should be fine. So they should consider into this, Christian.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
No, I was basically very excited the moment the person was talking about cell signaling because I'm into it for the past 8 years and I go into the biochemistry of the cell and then I got really excited about this product and I've been recommending left and right to all my most of my patients and there are a lot of positive outcomes with my clients and of course all are going towards becoming healthier. This is
Yeah.
what is our ultimate goal is people should become healthier.
Yes.
And Redox has been an additional tool Other than of course, I do give a lot of supportive supplements for the liver, for the gut, and for the kidneys to detox properly. Yeah, depending. And you did mention about the circulation. Circulation plays a very, very important role. And I see every other patient, like if I'm checking around 100 people, 90 people have circulatory issues. So here, if they are going to take even Redox, if the blood circulation is not good, definitely the cells are not going to get rejuvenated just by the cell redox, because they need the nutrition as well.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a beautiful combination, and I think everybody should look into the nutritional aspect as well. And then, of course, they need to check what kind of nutritional status are they, number one. Number two, how much of toxins are there? How much of lead is there? How much of cadmium is there? How much of aluminum is there? How much of mercury? I see a lot of people having lead and mercury. So this will be a wonderful tool if they can add on and then balance everything, because when you're talking about epigenetic correction, and you were talking very beautifully, I loved the way you put across the whole thing. It was really exciting for me, because it's a subject which I actually talk to my patients in and out every day. And you put it across, and the way you explain those things, I was excited, and definitely I would like to listen to your this one. I was in the clinic, I couldn't listen fully. Probably a recorded thing I would love to hear. So I wouldn't know how you can send me the recorded program so that I can listen once more.
Yeah, the Zoom recording will be shared. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Christian. You did a good job.
You're most welcome. Yeah, you are in a very important field of medicine, because now I think increasing evidence to show that the environment in the cells, that means the epigenetic, that means other than genetic factors, plays a very important part in our health. Yeah.
In fact, 95% of the diseases are caused by epigenetic factors. And there are around 800 epigenetic factors. And then I do hair analysis, and then I do bioquantum analysis, which picks up around 114 to 115 varieties of epigenetic factors. So we just go and correct it. I just go and correct it. People become healthier. I reverse diabetes. I reverse blood pressure. There are a lot of beautiful things happening. Added to that, now Redox has come down, so it's really a boon for me.
Yeah, that's good. Good to hear that.
Yeah. So if there are no other questions. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, the doctors and everyone for attending to our tonight. So basically, health is wealth. So please do not wait for illness to start thinking of ASEA Redox. I'm sure you're inspired and can't wait to try ASEA. So for our new friends, please get back to the person who invited you today. Right. So we have come to an end of this Zoom. We will be having this Zoom once again. We will send out the e-flyer. So thank you so much as your friends, and may you all have a great evening. Right. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.